my friends. This is Barry, and you're watching Barry and the PI. Uh, has some news about the Taal volcano. It's been having about 7 phreatic eruptions. Now, phreatic eruption is when the hot magma breaks through the crust and hits a cooler water. And when that happens, it's a big reaction, it's an explosion. And minor explosions. It threw some steam and probably some gases and maybe a little bit of magma, volcano bombs or something in the water. But they haven't been noticing any deformation where the land above keeps getting pushed by magma below, and it makes it deform, break apart. You see that a lot on this volcano. When we went there back in, I guess, 1999, right before maybe 2020, when we got married. We did our honeymoon before the wedding ceremony. So we had 2 weeks before we could actually have the ceremony. So we had our honeymoon before, because the next day after we got married, I had to fly out to Taiwan and get back to work. So I walked up the mountain to the volcano to one of the craters. I could have ridden a horse, but I wanted to look at the land going up and see what kind of vegetation is growing there and stuff like that. So I walked up it. And I walked up Mount Alpo too. Drove up part of Mayon. I couldn't do it the last time we went, but I wasn't going to try to walk up Mayon. It's rather steep. And take one step and go back 2 steps. So it's, who knows, one day I might try it. Nah, not this old. I got my U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, my park ranger hat on today. Just thought that'd be appropriate for talking about Taal volcano. Now, I was going to say, we're going to try to get down to that little fishing village down inside the original crater, which is huge. All that lake occupies the original crater. And we're going to try to get you as close as I can to the volcano, and we'll see how much we're going to be able to see. I hope a lot of it. So that's what we got coming up, hopefully tomorrow. I've always had a fascination with volcanoes. When I was a kid, went to the movies, and one of the movies was about a guy, an American guy, went to the southeast islands with a volcano, and in that he met this young girl, island girl, and fell madly in love with her. But the volcano started acting up, and shaman of the people, indigenous people, said they have to appease the volcano gods. And how they were going to do that, since she was a virgin, that's what those volcano gods want, a virgin. Men do too. And he tried to persuade them not to sacrifice this girl that he'd fallen in love with. And they said, no, it's got to protect the people. That's got to appease the gods. And so she was thrown into the volcano as he was trying to stop. Ah, ah. And then that was about the end of the movie, him going back, leaving the island. It always fascinated me when I was a kid. And I'd read up about volcanoes, and when one was erupting, I'd read about it. Because we had no TV back then. But so here in the Philippines, I try to go to as many volcanoes as I can. And luckily, I got one right down the road here. So, and I visit there and do some videos there quite often. Hopefully you'll see some, you can look back through my old ones and see that. This might have just drove by. She's going to turn around and come back. So volcanoes are interesting things, geological features. They've been around since the beginning of Earth, and they'll continue to be around. So I like to go see them and study them a little bit. And if I had a drone, I'd be able to make some really neat volcano vids on giving you shots of the craters and stuff, get closer, and so I can tell you about those, what you're looking at too. I could have a blackboard here and draw my puny little volcanoes that I draw. I'm not a great artist, although I'm a good abstract artist. I'll do another painting here sometime soon and see how you like it. The hurricane it's hitting Florida right now is pretty bad. It spawned a lot of tornadoes. Had a 10-foot surge in water. It's flooded the streets and houses and buildings. And this is right after one of a couple of weeks ago, Helena, that went through there. So they're getting hit hard. Now about that, there's a lot of lies and disinformation and misinformation put out by certain candidates and Republicans about this thing. One stupid, dumbass congresswoman, she was saying, oh, the government created that. The government doesn't control volcanoes or weather events. It just doesn't happen. That's not. She doesn't know anything about science, and scientists have been warning us for 100 years about global warming and climate change. And now we're seeing the effects. There's getting to be stronger and stronger hurricanes, stronger and stronger typhoons. Uh, and science has known about this and been warning us that we need to do something. We need to not stop screwing up our planet here. We've been poisoning our oceans, poisoning our land, and poisoning our air, all for the benefit of big corporations. And it's not a theory, it's proof. And they've been telling us we need to stop using those gas scuttlers and toxic chemicals into the atmosphere. Need to stop polluting our oceans and our land. But big corporations keep making new poisons for pests and generally messing up the whole ecosystem. So you might hear these crazy ass theories or just lies by stupid people and start believing what the scientist says. Okay? So that's about it. Take care and have a great day. We had a little bit of, we had a storm, lightning and thunder and all that stuff came through here earlier, but not a whole lot of rain. It just freaked out my dogs for a while. So Amita's here now. So I'm going to end this. So y'all take care. Take care of your family. Take care of your kids. Take care of your pets. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Adios, amigos and amigas.